Welcome to the Run Your Day podcast, where our goal is to expand your focus and perspective on life. This is your daily dose of motivation, mindfulness, and so much more. And now, here to help you take your day back, your host, Dan Hafner.
What's up, everyone? Welcome into another episode of the Run Your Day podcast. As always, Dan Hafner joining you here today. Sorry that this is a little bit late, my friends. There was quite an interesting and action-packed weekend with my Easter weekend there. It was pretty intense. I shouldn't say intense. It was just, it was fun. It was action-packed. We had a lot of fun. Family came in to visit. And just didn't get a chance to do that this morning. So it's about the afternoon. I apologize if there's a lot of background music. I'm over by the highway where I work and just trying to get this one in today. And I just kind of wanted to make this a short episode. So today's topic is this: what is old can be made new. As always, thank you all for joining. So there was just a couple instances last week where, and probably over the weekend as well, where there was some old contacts that I had been in touch with, whether they reached out to me or I reached out to them, and there was just kind of a touching base again of just being reintroduced to each other, right? Just kind of touching base with each other again, and it was kind of neat because let me get in my car real quick here. There we go. That should be better. It was kind of neat because it's kind of the principle that applies there is, anything old can be made new. Now, whether you have old relationships, old friendships, old things, physical things that are, just old and you don't really get any use out of, there is still value inside of those things, right? So I think one of the problems that you and I face on a day-to-day basis is that we always think we need something new. We always think we need something that's new, that's shiny. We have that shiny object syndrome, right? I used to be like this a lot, and I'm probably still like this in a lot of ways, where you kind of think that you need the next, like another tool, another software tool, another contact, another recruiter, another, like whatever it is, another job, another relationship, something new will be better, right? But what I'm here to tell you is that new is not always better, and better is not always new. Better is not always new. There is more things in my life that I have resurfaced in the past couple months that I have, you start to look around and see what you actually have, and I've got more value out of those things that are older that I'm making new again, right? And it's kind of it can be a kind of a cost-saving things, right? Like, if you are always thinking that you need the next piece of workout equipment, for example, right? And you just go buy new stuff and you end up with 3 of the same thing, that's not effective, right? Like, why don't you just use the one thing that you already have, right? You don't need 4 pairs of running shoes. You don't need 3 different bicycles. You don't need 14 water bottles. Admittedly, we have a lot of water bottles in our home. That's just how things go sometimes, but you don't need all those things. You just need the effective things that actually get the job done. And I'm not trying to go like a minimalist route here or, talk about, there's a million different ways you can shave things off the top and you can do things more effectively and getting things down to absolutely having the bare necessities. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is reutilizing and repurposing older things that can bring newer value into your life. So yeah, I was contacted by an old friend of mine. I reached out to a couple old colleagues of mine, former colleagues of mine, and it was just interesting because out of these conversations spawned new ideas, new updates, new just an updated relationship with people, right? And I kind of talked a little bit about like the things aspect, but in terms of people, it's pretty interesting that you can get so much more value out of just touching base with old friends, right? Like you all have that feeling. It's like, oh, it's like seeing an old friend for the first time in a while, right? Like, why does that actually happen? Why, when you see someone that you haven't seen for so long, do you get that like nostalgic feeling, right? Like why does that physically happen to us? And it's because there's so much stored up value there that we just remember that person. We remember how the good times we had with them, the awesome things we went through together, the bad things we went through together, right? And it was just interesting for me last week and this weekend to touch base with those folks and kind of get some new value out of the older relationships. So just kind of wanted to come on here and share that with you guys. I thought it was pretty interesting and pretty applicable to the topic of this show. So my question for you guys as we wrap up today is this: where in your world or where in your life is there something old that you can make new again? Like, is it a relationship, a physical thing, a piece of equipment you have, an old software tool you have, whether it's at your job, whether it's fitness, whether it's whatever, right? Where is there something old that you can make new again? And what is the attached value to that it could add into your life completely for free? So that's my daily question / challenge for you guys. So my lunch hour is coming to a close here. I'm going to get back to work, and you guys do too. If you're listening to this, you probably should be working as well. All right, my friends, thank you all for joining. That's going to wrap up today's show. As always, Dan Hafner signing off. Make it a great rest of your day.
Thank you for listening to the Run Your Day podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, feel free to share today's show with friends and family. Until next time, have a great day.